Let's see, I started to tell you that one of the themes going through this is that I thought our family is sort of the story of our family. It could be considered a kind of a microcosm of the U.S. in the 20th century. Immigrant family, a Polish church, and then fighting in the war. Many of them fought in the war, the Great Depression, and how it affected the family, and bringing right up through today. And I mean, there's a few examples. Anyway, that might be one of the themes through the book. I'm not really sure. But,
you're a big history buff. You do like that.
Yeah, I am interested in history. Anyway.
Do you want Heidi over here at this point or anything?
Hi, do you want to come over for a little bit?
Okay, of course, yeah.
Katie, do you want to come sit? And Amy?
Well, one of the things I really would start out the story about Anna is what you told.
Gotta sit over there,
you
though.
read at her wedding about how when she was a little girl, she was the first to do this, the first to get out of bed and walk and disappear.
That's right.
Because I remember that story.
That's
I remember
right.
when it happened. You telling us when it happened, and
Escaping.
yeah, escaping. But you often had a whole list of things, and
It was in my speech.
yeah. Well, I could. Do you have that written down?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to see it.
What's that bug that keeps
She
bothering
keeps
me?
you remember though, Mary Lou. You remember a lot of the
Oh,
stuff.
I remember it. I didn't tell it in detail.
Well, you could start now, and remind Anna about it.
She wouldn't remember it. Well, we were living on Shore Avenue, which is 2-3 stories, and she had her own room with a crib, and she phoned rang one morning, and this neighbor said to me, "Do you know where your daughter is?" And I said, "Yeah, she's in her crib." "No, she's not. She's out here." But what she had done was get out of the crib, put a pacifier in her mouth, a hat on her head, walk down the stairs, outside, into the snow, the sleet, and the ice, and over to the neighbor's house. And so that was just, so we had to lock her door from the outside.
The abandoned child.
Yeah.
You know what would happen nowadays. That neighbor would turn you in, Mary Lou.
And then the next thing that
So that's an
happened
unusual thing.
Yeah.
was that we were traveling to the Carolinas or Georgia, wherever they allowed fireworks to be sold, when they didn't allow them here at all. And we were in a van. No, that wasn't the next story. The next story was we had a station wagon. We were going to work down the apartments in Norway. We had a station wagon, and she was in the big box in the back. And Bob turned the corner, the hatchback flew open, and Anna and the box flew out on the road. The next story is we were on a trip to the Carolinas or Georgia, and we had a great big black van, and in those days, no seat belts, nothing. You just had the 2 seats in the front and sleeping bags and everything, pillows in the back.
Well, there was a seat in the back that was like a seat.
A captain's seat.
But then at night you could flatten it out so it was a big bed, but there was also a nice little area underneath that was nice to sleep under. So that's...
And you remember that?
I remember that.
Well, tell them the story.
I don't remember the story. I remember that.
So everybody was sleeping and it was night, and we decided, well, we better buy fireworks because we're getting out of the area. So we pulled over, and it was, dark and everything. And we got out, bought our fireworks. All the other kids came, and but Anna was sleeping. So we got our fireworks, got in the van, took off, and Bob, for some reason, said, "Is everybody here?" And we heard, yeah, yeah, yeah. But we didn't hear the fourth one. So we went through all the blankets and the pillows and everything. No Anna. And we were already, 30 minutes down the road. So
I'm the mother's nightmare.
I know.
God.
So we had a CB then, and we tried the truckers and everything, but we didn't know where we had been. We didn't know the name of the store. We didn't know anything. So by the time we turned, we actually found a place to turn around. It was another 30 minutes. So for 1 hour, we had been away from her. When we turned around to go back to try to find out where we were, there was a huge fire. And we thought for sure that it was right next to the store we were at, that she would have been attracted to the fire, and that we were goners, you know. It was like the scariest thing ever. And we went in the store, and they remembered. Oh, nobody remembered it right away, and then somebody came out from the back and said, "Oh yeah, we called the police," and she knew where you're staying, so she told the police where to take her. So she was gone again. And we didn't know how she would ever know. She was too young. How would she ever know where we took her? So we just had to wait till somebody called us to find out what to do with her.
You didn't have cell phones in those days.
No, no.
So where did she tell you? Tell them.
I have no clue.
What did you tell them, Anna?
I don't remember it else. See, I remember a different whole story. I thought you came back and I was eating like ice cream with the cops.
Yeah, with the cops, when they finally brought you
Oh,
back.
when finally
But we
they
didn't
brought
even know for a while if it was really
Oh,
cops.
see, I didn't know
But
that.
although in those days it wasn't the same. You know, if somebody said the cops took them, you really felt kind of like the cops took them. But, so we were just relieved. Anyway, so in my speech I say, that's the reason they need child safety laws, because of Anna. 3 things.
Oh my God.
She's lucky she lived.